You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Nimi Diamond. For those of you watching my videos for the first time, you're welcome. Make sure you subscribe and put on your notification before you leave. I post content on lifestyle and relationship, and I also post fun and educative vlogs. So do well to subscribe. So today I have my friend here with me. He's a political analyst, and we'll be talking about political ideologies and how it can affect friendships and relationships.
Yeah, okay. My name is Adoremi. Mostly so about me, yeah. And so I talk about politics. I educate people on political happenings, governance and stuff. Yeah, and I kind of run a civic civic advocacy group, a political advocacy group. Yeah.
You've heard my friend is a political analyst, and should I call you an advocate?
Maybe.
My first question to you is that what's your political ideology? Now I'm coming as a fan. I'm coming as someone that doesn't really know stuff about politics.
Hmm.
Someone that's not really involved in politics. So I want to know what your political ideology is.
I mean kind of technical, but let me do it like this. So I mean my political ideology is rooted in principles of good governance, accountability, and social justice. I kind of believe that government has a responsibility to create an enabling environment for for basic needs of people to actually thrive.
Yeah.
I mean, so and I think ultimately my political ideology is kind of aimed at building a better society, better Nigeria, where everyone can actually have equal opportunities to actually thrive. Yeah, both. Healthcare, security, economy, and every other stuff.
So from what you said right now, you're not the type of person that goes for a candidate. Like you're not the type of person that votes for a candidate rather than ideology.
My vote, was or support of candidates are usually driven mostly by policies, ideologies that what the candidates kind of have. The plans. They are through their interviews, their manifestos, and so on. Basically, track record.
You know what came to my mind now? What if the candidate is your family member?
Uh, Family member. I don't know. I still think it is my family member. I still think the person will not get my support because it's my family member. The person has to get my support because the person has probably done things that I kind of feel like, oh, okay, this is what the masses actually want.
Hmm.
It kind of aligns with the ethos of what people actually want on the streets, kind of.
Hmm. I think I get you. But do you think it's that easy?
It's not easy, but then everything is actually possible. Set your mind to it.
I know, right? But look at the election we had like 3 months ago, or was it 2 months ago? People were supporting their family members, they were supporting their parents. What do you think about that?
There are several reasons one can support a candidate. Personally, you hear people that call themselves single issue voters. So
Single issue
yeah, so
voters.
single issue voters are people who vote for a candidate because of one particular reason. Kind of like, oh, the only reason I'm voting for, let's say, they can say, oh, the only reason I'm voting for this guy is because I feel this guy has the capacity, the capability to actually ensure that our economy grows by double digits numbers. The next two
Mm,
3 years. I then some people like say no. I need a combination of a kind that can work very hard on the economy, on security, improve
I know,
security in the
right?
northeast, northwest, and
Yeah.
improve access to education. Get water. Affordable electricity for people and stuff. So it
Mm.
just depends on what. So I understand people that be like, oh, I'm voting for my uncle, voting for my family. I don't think it's the right thing, but then
But what if their uncle does not have any agenda or plans for the nation or for the states or for whatever post they are going for? What if?
I
Because
think.
most times I feel that's what happens.
Yeah, it has to depend on factors. One before you probably know maybe the person actually has an agenda or actually have plans of what they want to do. It depends on Have you interrogated the person? Have you done it? Have you seen the person's interviews? Have you spoken to
Mm.
the person personally? Were you there during the primaries? Do you hear what they campaign to the
But
delegates saying?
do you think that that one concerns all these people? Because normally they'll tell you that am I supposed to go to my uncle's manifestos night or something before I can vote for him? Family, blood is thicker than water.
But when suffer come, say suffer is thicker than blood. So if you
Actually,
go and vote,
somebody is thicker than
I mean,
blood.
when the last president was campaigning, the other returned for in 2015. I mean, one would have thought that immediately the president got in, the people who are going to be the most secure, they are going to be the people of his
Mm.
state or his region. With benefit of insights now, that's not the case. So
Mm.
it does not matter that if your uncle gets there, if your uncle is going to be the one to kind of take the economy to a downturn. It's going to happen. So people
Mm.
have to just think like, oh, okay, no, my uncle voting for my family member is not like it's not the main deal. It's about, oh, who's going to actually do this work? Who's going to put in the effort? Who's going to like get our drainage or who's going to get our economy working? Who's
Mm.
going to secure us? That kind of, those should be the major factors, like, especially for executive politician.
So from all you've said,
Yeah.
you are still standing on the notion that people should go for ideologies rather than because I'm family with this person, because I just want this candidate to win. I think you mentioned something like people voting. I don't know the term you called it.
Single issue voters.
Single issue voters. Is that supposed to be a good thing or bad thing?
There are multiple lenses to actually view it. So I cannot really come out to say, oh, it's a bad thing. But
Hmm.
let's look at some let's give instances for now. For let's say I was born in Yobe State, or let's say Borno State, or let's say one of these states that have had a serious main attack or insecurity in this thing.
Yeah.
I cannot boldly go to Southern Kaduna and tell people in Southern Kaduna or Yobe that they should not vote on the issue of just security alone.
Hmm.
Why not?
Hmm.
There can be the economy, this thing, get everything. But the important thing that if those guys are not alive, they cannot enjoy any of those things.
Actually.
So they need security. So those people in
Actually.
Southern Kaduna, people in Zamfara, people in Yobe now, it's understandable for these guys to tell you that they are single issue voters, that they just want a president that is going to kind of curb insecurity, curb herdsmen, curb the bandits clash
Hmm.
and stuff. So
Hmm.
so single issue voters actually make sense. And then you go to places like commercial towns like, let's say, Lagos, Port Harcourt, you should not be surprised to see people say like, oh, anybody that's going to increase the dwindling number of the middle class we have in Nigeria is who they're going to vote. That's going to focus on the economy. Because these guys, when new policy rolls out, these are the guys those stuff affects first before it trickles down to the grassroots.
Hmm. That's true. So now we want to move into why we are here today. Have you ever had issues with your friends because of your political ideology?
You should, my friend. Yeah, I'll say yes, yes.
And what were the issues like? What happened? Like, just us. Let's know what's going on. Like,
I once had a friend where that during the last election, yeah, we're not in a change chapter when it comes to supporting candidates for, I think, for maybe for the House of Assembly or House of Rep election, and then we had kind of ideological conversation, or should I say these arguments that kind of turned out to be something that ought to be small d turned out to be a big deal. Well,
so did you guys fall out or you guys are still talking?
it was almost a fallout. But we were able to manage the situation in a way that, yeah.
You know, I'll come. You said you were able to manage it. I'll come back to you being able to manage it.
Okay.
But I feel, do you know this election that just passed really
Yeah.
broke friendships?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of people had different ideologies. I myself, I think I blocked two people.
Wow.
Not as if we talked or had a conversation about politics, but I just saw the way they were going about it, and I just felt, I don't want bad energy around me.
Why?
Because I don't just want bad energy. And you know the funniest thing, the two people I blocked, they were supporting different parties, but they were supporting in the wrong way.
Well, when you say wrong way, like what's wrong way? Were they attacking?
Yes, they were attacking. One of them was even saying that he's going to deal with anybody that does this and does that. I'm like, for where? We were in the same CDS, so I had to delete his number because I felt if I'm not supporting this guy's candidate, if he sees me during CDS, he can choke me knife.
I
So
mean,
how did you manage your relationship with the person? How were you able to like sideline those arguments and continue with your friendship?
I mean, we are both. I'll say we are both mature about it. I mean,
Hmm.
every one of us took it in good side. I mean, we had. I'm kind of. The conversation would lasted for maybe like an hour or two. I mean, the argument and stuff, and I mean, we got to the point in the argument where we both knew that we are not going to come to consensus on who to
Hmm.
support. So like we're not going to come to consensus on like both of us had made our minds on reasons why we are trying going to go for a different candidate. So I'm saying yeah, and I worked out. It worked out eventually. I mean we're good.
So, but what do you think about friends having issues concerning political ideologies? Like, what's your notion? What's your stance about it?
I mean it's kind of I mean it's kind of I don't know. I think there's a major problem with about people kind of getting polarized because of election and I think this last election kind of has taken it to some other different level.
Yeah.
I mean, because prior to now, people usually have friends in different parties, and you don't hear the kind of commotion that happened in this last election happened.
Hmm.
Like people,
Let
were,
me correct you.
yeah.
You said this doesn't really happen before and all.
I know
Do you know that
at this level, it does
at
not.
this
Yeah,
level?
yeah.
But you know that before now, people were not really involved in politics like they are right now.
No, I think people have always been involved in politics. I
Mm.
mean, yeah, people always like if you check the what do you call it? If you check the I mean, the voter turnout for this election. The last election actually had more turnout than this election. So when you
Mm.
say people did not come out, maybe you are saying maybe young Southerners maybe probably came out more this time around. I mean, but generally across the country, I mean, this election is one of our poorest turnout since the Fourth Republic, like since 1999.
Eh.
Yeah. So you probably say
How is that possible?
more people around you.
Because I felt a lot of people turned out for the
Yeah.
election
So
this time
let's see.
around.
Because according to stats
Mm.
from my neck, this election had a low turnout compared to the last election.
But we had a lot of youths voting this time around.
Yeah. We had a lot of youth voting.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
the youth part we are talking about now
Yeah.
because
Okay.
like there were a lot of issues, tribalism, different ideologies, and it affected relation. I even saw one meme on was it Twitter or Instagram, and the guy was like his babe promised him that she was going to vote for a different candidate and he bought her stuff and sent her money. Then the babe traveled to another state and voted for someone else and I felt jilted, blah blah blah. I was like, is it that serious?
It's more like a trust issue. I mean he probably convinced that to vote for a candidate and she not eventually voted for it. She not I mean she didn't vote for the candidate eventually. I mean so I can understand the trust issue, but I don't think I can actually be good friends with people that where we don't even share the same political ideology kind
Are
of.
you sure? What if your
Yeah.
friend is supporting the candidates in a wrong way? You know that during this election period, you see some people that are ready to go violent because of this election. You see from their status, WhatsApp status, Instagram, whatever, comment section and everything that they are ready to do and undo because of these candidates that don't know them. So, do you think if I should see comments like that or posts like that on their status, I should still be friends with them?
We're going to say a lot about why the kind of friends you kind of have. I mean, the kind of people you have in your circle. Personally, I don't think I have those kind of, should I say, in quotes, like people are mentally unstable in my circle.
I so they are mentally unstable now.
I mean, if you are going to go violent for a candidate that don't know you, I mean, it says a lot about your senses, man. It says a lot. Says a lot. So I don't have people of such in my circle. Also, and let's say I won't have it. I mean, easy to actually meet people like that or something, and then maybe after the election, my probably have a talk and then see if we all can still come together on the same table and then make something sensible out of conversation. Motivations matters a lot. I mean,
Do you get
motivations matters a lot.
motivations
Yeah,
matter a lot? Well, me personally, I think there should be any motivation for voting a bad candidate, but motivation matters a lot.
yeah. I mean, motivations matter a lot. What are your motivations for picking this person? The friend has to be able to give genuine reason. Good points for why they're actually picking that particular candidate. So nobody should pick a candidate that probably has a terrible antecedent and then believe that, oh, okay, this person has terrible antecedent and your friend is probably still supporting that person like in a modern age. I mean, you should make a case. And
I know,
conversation
right?
should be guided around those kind of angles and then come to a round table where people talk it out. I mean, why do you want to support this candidate? Because sometimes when people say that, oh, this person is supporting a bad candidate, it's probably you not knowing or understanding the motivations for why people are actually supporting that candidate.
But do you know that most times they don't have a reasonable motivation to supporting that candidate?
Uh,
So, like I said earlier at
yeah.
the beginning of this conversation, some are supporting because these people are their family members. Some are supporting because, okay, they feel this person will benefit them personally.
Yeah, I mean, I
Do you
understand.
understand? So some of them have no reasonable motivation. I would say most of them. And it doesn't even matter the candidates right now. Some are even supporting candidates because, okay, this is the popular idea to support this candidate.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get? And you saying that you feel if your friend is supporting this candidate that maybe has made bad decision and is still
Mm.
making bad decisions, you guys should talk it out. Do you think there can be an healthy conversation between friends concerning these political ideologies and political choice?
I mean, definitely. I mean, you can definitely have healthy conversations. I mean, with friends and stuff. Yeah, I think it's very very possible. I mean, when many people do it, I mean, you should probably have done that with your friends or something. So,
Have you had healthy conversations with
I
people?
mean, definitely. I mean, I should. I'll probably say most of the time.
Now let's even leave healthy because healthy is different from respectful. Have you
Mm.
had respectful conversations with people?
I wouldn't say I've probably had more respectful and healthy connection with people more than the one of the other side.
Even with people older than you?
Yes, yes. I think this thing is all a matter of how you table the issue. How I mean people generally gravitate towards or people generally like stay open minded to people who are also open minded. I mean you can't come to a convention with someone who has a made up mind and then you have a made up mind and then you guys
Mm,
are kind of arguing or talking from the whole made up mind on who to actually support yourself. I mean if everybody comes to the table open minded, I mean you definitely see a change in the kind of conversations you actually have with people.
that's true. That's true. But at the same time, I don't know. There's a way the political ideologies will be different, and even though the conversation might be healthy and respectful, you might not reach a common consensus, like common ground that this is it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem if you don't reach a consensus on, oh, let's both support this candidate. I don't think that's a problem.
I feel this question I don't even need to ask you because you already made up your mind about political ideologies and all, but I will ask anyways.
Yeah.
When choosing friendships and relationships, do you think we should consider political ideology?
Hmm. Personally, I don't think I'd choose a friend or not make someone my friend because of the the let's say the political party the person supporting.
Hmm.
I don't think I'll do that. I think I'm one of those people that actually even strive to make friendship across political parties. I mean, not like
Hmm.
I go out like I don't know like I go out to actually I make them. I mean, but actually I don't.
You know,
I,
now, when we say political ideology, it's not even about the political party they are supporting. It's
yeah,
about what they believe about politics.
yeah, yeah.
It's about what they believe about leaders' choice.
Hmm.
So, what do you think about that?
I mean, because in Nigeria, the political parties or the politicians
Yeah.
do not really have or do not really have ideology in the real sense of the word compared to let's say their US or German counterparts or Nigerian politicians in the real sense of the word. I don't think they have ideology the same way you talk about US politicians or UK politicians having ideology. But usually on the political ideologies are usually based on political parties. Political parties, oh, this party is more capitalistic, this one more socialistic, this one mixed, this one balanced. What's their take on the economy? What's your take on the economy? Do they believe in free market policies? Do they believe in open market? Do they believe in like there's just a mix of different things, and then new candidates spring up from different parties, from this party, from this from party A, and then it pursues capitalistic policies, and then another candidate comes out from that same party, and then goes ahead to put out socialistic policies. I mean, so it just depends. I mean, that's what I said. I mean, our parties do not really have, I mean, ideological standpoints like that. I mean, but
Mm,
so also the politicians. Our politicians
yeah.
do not also have ideological standpoints like in the real sense of the word. I mean, that's why you see politician A in PDP today supporting the same
I
policy,
know,
and
right?
then the politician is switching to APC tomorrow, supporting another policy.
Then because it doesn't win in that
Yes, and
party, it
then
goes to
switch
another
back,
party.
twice switch back to the other party again, twice switch back to LP, NMPP, and AAC, ABC, and
Like
then so I
why?
mean, so it's yeah. I mean, I think gradually we'll probably get there.
So back to the question, we said should political ideologies be considered when you are choosing your friends or maybe you are going into a relationship? My own standpoint is that what are you talking in your talking stage if you don't ask these questions? Although some people will hide it or something, but now it doesn't have to do with the political parties they are supporting, but their reason, the motivation behind them choosing a leader. You should know it. So do you know during this last election,
Yeah.
there were issues of tribalism, and I think you already said that we should not judge our friends based on that. But what about those issues of tribalism? Those that you consider your friends.
I probably say, I mean, on the old tribal features that can happen in election. I think if I think if I have a friend who played on the old tribal card, that probably led to, I mean, the beating, the violence on people. I kind of think it's a genuine standpoint to probably
To cut
reanalyze.
the friendship off.
I think I will not say probably cut. I'll probably say it's a good place to actually reanalyze the relationship. I mean, is the relationship, is it worth it? I mean, because no sane person should be supporting xenophobic violence or whatever against people. Actually, people are like people like them, or people from the same country, from the same country, from different tribes or something. I mean, nobody should be supporting violence against the other guy
Mm.
or something. I mean, so I mean, on those kind of on grounds like that, I think it's perfectly in order to actually reevaluate.
Because I heard a lot of gist about this tribalism issue during
Yeah.
the election, and I saw some firsthand, and I would say is not tasteful at all. In conclusion, do you think political ideologies
Yeah.
affect friendship and relationships?
I mean, yes, it definitely do.
And what do you think we should do about it?
I mean, I think people should come. I think people should come to the table and then discuss these things. I mean, 'cause when you hear most times that people say, "Oh, my relation with this person broke," then it's just because people don't call themselves together and talk about it. Get reasons why. I mean, reasons why the relation is kind of breaking down and that kind of stuff. But then, I mean, I definitely agree that there are reasons when, oh, maybe your friends are quite supported, I mean, violence against other tribes and stuff. On issues like that, I mean, there are kind of valid grounds why cause those relationships. I mean, because anybody's going to be supporting violence against the other person. I mean, it's understandable. Why not?
So, guys, we've heard from the mouth of a political analyst. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Should difference in political ideologies affect friendship or relationship? Drop your 2 cents. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and put on your notification. Also, share with your friends.